I'm trying. I gotta make it so it doesn't fall.
Yeah.
Make sure it's turned all the way down.
Make sure it's turned all the way down. I will. You okay?
I think you forgot something.
Hi, Evan.
Hi, Ev.
Hi, Ashlyn.
Hi, Ash.
Just trying to log in
Rainbow.
here.
Hey, Nina.
Hey, hi. Hi, Wonder. Welcome in, everybody.
Hey, Kaylee. What did
Hi.
Kaylee say?
She said, my babes.
Can I... Wait, you unliked it.
I didn't mean to unlike it. I'm
Yeah.
trying. It's doing the thing that it does. Just let it.
Can I read the chat?
Yes.
Okay.
All right.
So,
Papa John is here too, you guys.
Evan says hello with a heart.
Hi.
Ashlyn says hey. Rainbow says hi, Mama B, and Papa Jason, and John, and Dad.
Everybody's
Nina says
here.
hello.
Oh.
Wonder says hello, fam. And then Rainbow's doing the thing that she's saying hello to everyone. Kaylee's here, and then yeah.
Got a mouse.
Oh, John, you got 4 months! Yay!
Yay, John!
You guys become members on the same day, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Here, let me see.
Yeah, Kaylee's our first.
I don't know if
our
I've already
first
done
member.
it. Let's see. There's like a way that you can see right here, free member stone. It's just not like
Working.
there we go. Hey, I got one too. There you go.
Woo.
We got 8 lucky.
All right. So
And then Wonder says so happy to see you guys.
make sure everybody smashes the like button, and we're asking you to smash the like button because Papa Jason is here. Papa John is right here too. This is just a really weird angle.
Yeah,
He's
no worries.
Right
Yeah,
here.
he's right
This
there.
is the man.
The man, the myth, the legend.
So pretty much. Can we
Literally.
just let Loki come in, please,
Yeah.
before he loses it and everyone's screaming at him?
Mm-hmm.
So, most people know what happened. We've had some information kind of given out. Do not. You lay down. Don't you jump on this bed.
No.
Don't you jump on that bed.
Oh! Ashlyn is 5 months.
Congratulations, Ashlyn.
We're just having
Ashlyn,
everyone redeeming.
Did you get your package last
Yeah.
month? You should have gotten a package.
Yeah, he's trying.
Like, okay. Just take a breath, okay? So, for those that aren't completely aware, or some folks that know just a little bit, this past Saturday, February 22nd, Papa Jason had a massive heart attack.
Loki, come here.
Loki Blue.
Oh, Wonder became 5 months.
Yay!
I love you guys to the moon and back.
To Selena and back.
To swing it back. And it was really frightening and horrible, and I don't really know how to describe everything that happened. Everything happened very quickly, and apparently that's a good thing. If you have a heart attack, you want it to move quickly, and you want the EMTs to be there, and you want to be at the hospital, and all of those things that kind of, I don't know anything about hearts. I've only dealt with cancers and sepsis and not ever heart anything. You're fine. You don't need lay down.
Down. Come on.
He's gonna bum rush and knock that down.
Get
He's gonna
down.
mess up your cord.
Oh,
Stop.
down.
Sorry.
What's the cord?
Hi, Urelli.
Stop.
just
Late.
there's not a spot for you, dork. Lay down. Just lay down. Just lay down. Sorry, we're dealing with Loki.
Hi, Disney Crush fan. Hi, really?
Hi, Disney Crush fan. Please lay down before I
Mama,
just.
you really
Loki.
serious?
I know.
Come.
I saw your belly, baby.
Hi, really?
Loki.
So
Get over here.
Are you gonna
Good boy.
try to smile and say
Hello.
hi? So we're trying to do like one live or like one post, one information, because there's been so much information that's been out there, and there's been disinformation, and you know, if one person tells one person, tells 5 persons, tells 20 persons, it becomes this game of telephone, and then this like avalanche of crap happens. So yes, stop doing that to your lips. I'm trying to look at the chat.
Nothing's really happening.
Okay. Yes, Jason had a heart attack.
And
Yes.
I died 4 times. The last time I died for 10 minutes.
Did you see? Stop licking! Give me that damn Loki! Blaine, will you please read what Kaylee said?
So Kaylee says, Jay, your phone call for my birthday was the best present. I love you.
Love you too, Kay. Couldn't miss your birthday, Kay.
And I muted Discord.
Even though I was on my deathbed, I still made the time to call you.
We really did lose him, and the doctors are saying that he's literally a medical miracle. Come on, Lou. And the intensivist on Saturday, really great doctor, I think his name was Dr. Siddiqui. He told me that
Stop, Lane.
He told me that Jason is alive only by the grace of God and by his guardian angel. That is why he is here. Kay says, seriously, have no idea how much that meant to me.
I'm sorry, Kay. I still have to tell you happy birthday.
So it wasn't, the heart attack wasn't because he is this fat chain smoker who doesn't move his body. Could he lose some weight? Yes. Has he already lost some weight? Yes. Genetics is really what's to blame here. And so I encourage everyone. Jason is 48. Okay. He doesn't drink hardly. He doesn't smoke. I know he smoked years ago before he met me, but for 15 years he hasn't smoked. There's nothing like crazy in his background that would say, okay, this man's gonna have a heart attack. So I say to all of you, learn your family history, ask those questions. Not everyone wants to talk about those things, and because they're really hard to talk about. Or maybe you're adopted, or maybe you were raised by your aunt or your uncle, or maybe you're 18. Ask the questions, get yourself tested, and take care of your bodies.
Did you see what Emma says?
Heart
problems in my family too. I need to get my health in order as well.
Absolutely. You guys, I was sleeping Saturday morning, and Jason and I had made a deal that I was going to rest all day because I've been struggling with bronchitis since we got home from Disneyland.
Yeah, I think you're done with bronchitis.
And probably got about 20% left.
You sound a lot better.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
And I was dead asleep, and from the living room I heard Jason yell out, "Babe." And I woke up and I looked around and I was like, "What?" And he said it again. And so I jumped up out of the bed, but I was still kind of groggy, and I was trying to like catch myself, and you know, what's going on, what's wrong. And I ran out there and I saw Jason laying on the couch, half clothed. He's like, I can't stop sweating. My everything hurts. My chest hurts. I can't feel my arms. I need to go to the hospital. And so I said, okay.
And then that's when
What?
I woke up.
Well, I was like, what happened? You know, because he was out burning on our property. So I thought maybe he had smoke inhalation or he got overheated, and he couldn't really respond, and he could not open his eyes, and he could not focus. And he said, call 911. And Blaine had just woken up, and I was like, someone give me a phone. How is it that all of our phones are always glued to us, and now there's no phone where I can get to it? Blaine's trying to hack into his dad's phone, and I'm like, just go get my phone.
I know her password. That's good.
Yeah. So he gave me my phone, called 911. I think it was between 3 and 3.5 minutes for the ambulance to arrive. And I remember her name was Elizabeth. The dispatcher's name was Elizabeth. And she was asking me questions and talking me through things. And she was like, Selena, I need you to breathe with me. And we're probably going to have to do CPR. So I need you to get ready to perform CPR. I'm going to walk you through what to do. And I remember I was thinking, like, don't put this in my hands. Like, no, don't, no. And luckily, I was a lifeguard when I was a teenager. And then so I took an EMT class. And so, like, I knew CPR. I know lots have changed, but, like, I knew the basic gist of it. And Jason he called out, hurry, where are they? And I said, they're getting here. And I looked out the window and I could see the lights in our driveway. Dogs were outside. I let them in. They asked Jason a few questions. One of them made everybody laugh. And the EMTs were like, well, his vitals are great. Everything's great. His O2 sats are great. His pulse is great. His BP is great. And then they hooked him up to the 12 point, the EKG, and they could see what was coming. And at that time, they went to move him from our couch onto the stretcher.
I can't get that out of my head.
I know, baby. I know. And when they moved him from the couch to the stretcher, his eyes came open and his body was white and his arms went limp. And Jason died at that point. That was the first time that his heart stopped. So they got him out. They got him in the ambulance. There was another ambulance waiting literally around the corner, and another paramedic jumped in to start working on him. From our house to the hospital is easily 35 minutes. Maybe 30 if you're really pushing it, like, you know. And I think the hospital told me that the ambulance made it like 15, 20 minutes. Like, they were going so incredibly fast. I collapsed in the driveway. It took me about 30 seconds to get my shit together because I was like, okay, I have to figure out what to do. I had called John. I had called my dad. They were both on their way here. It was like, okay, whoever gets here first gets Blaine, and then we'll just deal with it. I took Blaine to Jason's mom's house. She lives around the corner from us. I dropped him off, and I hauled ass to hospital. And from there, things just got way out of control. And being told that they told me that he was very sick, he suffered a massive heart attack, and that people in his position that experienced this, like in this way that he experienced it, like he wasn't probably going to come back, and that I needed to call my people for support and get ready and prepare myself. And I remember thinking to myself, I didn't think that this was time. Still prepping myself for the worst, but like feeling in my heart that it wasn't time. It was the same exact way I felt the first time my mom went under. It was like, this is scary, and but like, I don't think this is it. And the doctor, Jason's mom had showed up at that point, and they got him into a position where I could go see him, and he was gone at that point when they let me in to see him, and they were still working on him. And I just remember I grabbed his leg, I touched his arm, I said things to him, and I turned and I looked at, there was like 15 or 20 nurses and doctors in the room, and I said some choice words. And then next thing I remember, I was in the chapel and I was just praying. And they told me that the procedure, they needed to get him stable so that they could get him into the procedure to find where the blockage was to fix it. They said it'd take about an hour and a half, and I don't even know if it took even an hour and a half. My dad was there, Jason's mom was there at this point when the doctors came back out, and they were like, he's doing really good. I don't understand how you go from your husband is gone to like he's doing really good, but the next 24 hours were going to be kind of like a make or break situation because his body could reject the stent, he could have brain damage, and his organs could be in organ failure from lack of oxygen. Hi, Toby. So Pop left, John showed up.
It took the second shift.
And I knew that. So the intensivist that was on duty said to me, they let me go back in to see him, and he was on a ventilator. He was not breathing on his own. The machine was on 100% breathing for him. They did that on purpose, though, to make sure that like they could just control the whole situation. And the doctor told me that Jason was vomiting so bad they were afraid that he may have aspirated, so they wanted to perform a little procedure to put a camera in there and make sure that he didn't have fluid in his lungs. And so I went out into the weight room. Were you there yet?
The weight room? No.
When they did the procedure? To see if he had the stuff in his lungs?
No.
I thought you were there. And they said it was going to take about 20 minutes. And I think maybe 5 minutes later, the doctor came out. And he came up to me. And he put his arm around me. And he said, he's fine. He's okay. He's going to be okay. He goes, we still have to make sure that his brain is okay. He goes, but I've never seen somebody come out of this like this and just like everything was going right after everything went wrong.
Down.
Yeah.
Like it went down and then it skyrocketed up.
So at that point, the intensivist, that's when he told me, he said, your husband is here because he has a guardian angel. There is a higher power watching over your husband. He shouldn't be here.
Not only that, remember when you asked me if I saw anybody?
Where I was going to get into that.
Okay, go ahead.
So, at some point, John was there. I remember John being there and going into the room. I wasn't allowing anyone to see Jason in that state. Like, Jason's oldest kids. I don't even think your mom didn't see you like that. She didn't go back in and see you. I did not let her, but after he came out, she decided to leave when I left. She didn't go back in. I don't recall. I don't think so. And I just knew that since he was on a ventilator and they were controlling the situation, that there was nothing that I could do, and that where I needed to be was with Blaine. I needed to get home and get with Blaine. My dad was here at that point, and as much as I love my dad, I wasn't going to trust my dad to run that situation. So the doctor was like, I really need you to just go home and trust me like, I've got this. And I was like, actually, I totally trust you guys. I don't have any fear at all. I remember I didn't feel any, like, pull. I didn't feel any pull that I needed to be there. And I also knew that Jason would understand me not being there the first night because of what we went through with Mom.
Yeah.
So
All of them were absolutely fantastic. Doctors, nurses, assistants.
yeah,
Everybody.
like, I don't think I've ever dealt with a hospital team that I didn't want to shank.
Mm-hmm. And
Like-
this was the only team across all the shifts we've been at.
Yeah, it was it. So I left, and John was like, I'm gonna stay, and I was like, I'm requiring you to leave by shift change or else, because I needed him to get some sleep, because I knew that we were in for a long haul.
Next morning was early.
So I got home. I made a phone call on my way home, and the person I talked to, that's when I kind of broke down. I hadn't cried at all yet. It was more like,
Who'd you
Not-
talk to?
Stacy.
Oh.
And I think I got emotional because I got really angry. I got really angry, and I remember saying, how am I supposed to raise my son without his father? Like, how do I tell Blaine, right? And trying to be positive, and at the same time trying to be realistic, and just, you prepare yourself. I don't know if anyone here has ever gone through anything like this, but like, your brain is going a million different ways. And then the one thing I told myself was, if Jay doesn't make it, fuck Nevada, I'm out. It's over. I'm going home to California, and I'm gonna like regroup my brain until I figure out what the hell I'm gonna do. And got home. John, you got home not too long after
Yeah,
me.
Just
You
before
were-
7.
Yeah.
Was it?
Yeah.
And
We
then
all-
we were all laying down, and then we got the call.
Yeah, so the hospital called, and at like 8 o'clock that night, and that made me freak out because I was like, holy crap, why are they calling? Something is wrong. And it was Lindsay, who was Jason's night nurse for 2 or 3 nights. And she was great, and she introduced herself, and she was like, I just want you to know that I'm gonna take care of him, and if you need anything, you can just call anytime. I have literally never had a nurse reach out to me and say, this is who I am, I'm here for you. Like, I don't know how many nurses my mom had in a 3-year span, and like, no one ever did that. And she was like, we want you to be here at 6 o'clock in the morning, because when we take him off of the ventilator, we think that it'll be best for you to be here. He's already showing me signs of like how strong he is, because he's like fighting against the machines. Yeah, it was, I've never had anybody do that, you guys. And so anyways, we called at like 10:30 just to check on him, and she told me not to come till 8 in the morning. So tried to get sleep. I got there at like 7:45 in the morning, and as I came around, they had moved him from his room, and so I like rushing to get down there, and I walked into the room, and I could see him kind of moving his head, even though he was still on the breathing tube and the ventilator. And if I'm not answering your guys's, I can't really see the chat. I can only see it pop up, so I'm not ignoring anybody. Let Daddy read the chat. It's okay. And so I went in the room,
Hello, George.
and Addie, his day nurse, Addie, who was so fantastic.
He was.
Oh my gosh,
amazing.
he was amazing. He was like, he's doing great. Let's get him off this machine. Let's get him off. And I was like, let's do it. And I walked in, and Jay kind of cracked an eye open at me, and I was like, oh my God, you're awake. And Jay kind of, like trying to look at me. And I grabbed his hand, and I was like, it's okay. It's all right. I'm right here. Stay calm. And he was like, they had him fully restrained, 4-post restrained. And he was like fighting it. And I was like, don't fight, just breathe. and he's looking at me like trying to like talk to me with his eyes, and I said to Addie, I was like, "Can you?
I
Hi,
have to do
Groots.
something real quick.
Groots are here, baby.
Hi, Groots. I gotta do something.
It's all right."
Hold on.
So I was like, "Please, can I take him out of his restraints? I'm right here." And Addie was like, "That's all you. I'll take him out because you're here, but you better be careful." Hi, Charles.
Hi, Charles.
And
Hi, Charles.
I took him out of his restraints, and he grabbed me and tried to pull me into the bed with him. So I was like, okay, he must know who I am. And he started doing some sign language. He started trying to write things. Those things are kind of private. It was emotional.
Thank you, Evan.
So after,
You don't want to tell him?
I'm going to say some stuff. I'm not going to say
You don't want to tell him what I wrote?
that you didn't. You want me to tell him that?
Tell him everything if you want.
Jason
Hi,
wrote
girls.
on I had a piece of paper and a clipboard that they gave me because he was trying to communicate, and I could understand some of his sign language but not all of it. And
I think you.
well, because I made a joke to Addie, I was supposed to get my lashes and my nails done today, damn it, and no, I have to be here with this bullshit instead. And he looked and he pointed and he said I was full of shit. We were laughing. But no, he wrote on the clipboard, and I have the piece of paper, put it in my drawer. Jason wrote that. He said, "I don't want to die." And I said, "We're past that. You're good." Like, I was like, "I'll explain everything to you." And I just kept saying, like, "I love you, Blue Eyes. I'm right here.
I
Just stay
wanted to
calm."
You woke me up on Sunday saying, I'm gonna leave now.
I was trying not to wake you up, I thought.
No, you woke me up and said, I'm gonna leave now.
Okay. And then
it's already past them.
he got a little frantic when he I told him, I said Blaine's home with Papa John. But I don't think he understood, and he was like getting frantic, like where is B? Where is B? Where's Blaine? I'm like, it's okay, Blaine's okay. And so they didn't remove the breathing tube as quickly as they wanted to because of an aspirin situation, but we finally got that taken care of. And when the tube came out, we were like kind of holding each other, and Jason was pretty emotional, and I just held him and I said, I prayed to God and to Mom and to Pop to like be here. And he said it was my grandma. Jason's grandma passed away when he was 12. And so when he started to be able to like talk a little bit more, stop please. I asked him, I told him, I said, Jay, you were dead. You were gone. Is there anything that you can tell me about in that time? Because you hear people say all the time, like, I saw a white light, I saw a voice, I saw a person, I heard a voice, X, Y, and Z. And Jason said, oh, I saw my grandmother. And I said, you did? What, tell me what you saw. And he said, I saw my grandmother, and she yelled at me, and she said, Jason Mark, you need to go back. And he said, okay, Grandma. So...
Smart woman.
She's
Yeah.
an awesome woman when she's alive.
Yeah.
I've heard that she was a really amazing woman. So there was a lot of stuff that happened after that.
Stop.
And all that matters is that Jay is here and he's alive. His heart did not take any significant damage. His kidneys, his liver, his brain, no damage. Literally a medical miracle. Did you learn anything from the experience? And that's kind of like a weird question, but like,
What do you mean?
What are
like
your thoughts now,
Like,
compared to?
I don't want to take getting up early for granted. I don't want to.
No, I did that before, but I don't do that now. I haven't done that for a long time. That's why every time I leave for work, I always come and kiss you goodbye,
Right.
give him
Right.
gloves before I go to work. I don't want to take that for granted. But
It's kind of a rule that Jason and I made.
Mrs. Groot or Mr. Groot or both.
I don't know.
So it's like a kind of like a standing rule that Jason
Even
and I
if
have.
you're mad at each other, you still give
Look at what Mom
him
says.
give him a kiss.
In the morning,
When he
Like,
said what?
even
Mom
if Jason
says-
gets home at 3:00 in the morning and I have to leave at 6:30 in the morning to go to work, like,
Wonder
you know.
Woman. Jason the Miracle.
Pretty much, that's what they call. Was it Superman?
Yeah,
They're calling him-
Superman.
Was it Superman?
Yeah, Caleb.
No, I'm Iron Man now because I got 4 in my chest.
Oh, you're Iron Man.
Because I remember it was Lindsay was saying something about Superman. I said, I don't watch that shit. I
Yeah.
watch Marvel.
And
We're not
Alicia.
We're not
DC.
And Alicia.
Yeah.
And Alicia.
Alicia, yeah.
Dad.
What? I gotta go to the bathroom.
Okay.
Do you need help?
No, I just gotta go pee.
He's good. He is good.
So, I think we're all just kind of still in this weird day. Hold on, let me see this. I gotta read this.
I promise. I'm here. I love
He does have the RDJ go. Robert Downey Jr.
Junior. Ah.
goatee. Kinda, right? Kinda. Oh, Mr. Groot's working, so it's just Mrs. Groot. Oh. Groot, say hi, Papa John.
Hi.
I can't tell you guys. I need you to chill, Blaine.
I gotta go.
Gotta go. You gotta go.
How you hear people say this stupid stuff, don't take life for granted, don't take things for granted, don't take people for granted. Don't.
Yeah.
Look at Evan and with Chris and Rye, like, even if you know something is coming, you're never truly prepared for when it comes, okay? And then when you don't think anything is coming, you're definitely not prepared. So I don't care how old you are. I don't care if you think I'm young, I'm in my 20s. Get an advance directive. Get a DPOA, a power of attorney. Have your wishes set up. If you have children, have all of that stuff set up. Make it easy on the people around you so that if something crazy happens, it
You
just
have
is
that
one
security.
right. It's one less thing to take off of the people around you that love you.
Yeah.
Ashlyn says it's almost a state of shock after stuff like this. Take your time to process this and hold each other tight. Yes, hold on. Evan says, I dropped my OT at work. I decided I need to be home more for Riley.
Absolutely.
There will be time for overtime.
And the things that matter in life are not things.
OTC.
They're people.
The main thing is we're not guaranteed tomorrow.
No.
No.
No one's
We're not.
guaranteed tomorrow.
And
Master of
anyone
Yeah.
anyone who's spent any amount of time around me and Jason, okay, 5 minutes around us, you know that Jason and I operate in a different
Whole
way.
different level.
Okay, we tell each other we hate each other. We are completely disrespectful to one another. All those things. Don't interrupt. Hold on. I don't think that I could
really?
even jokingly say, "I hope you
That's hard.
effing die" anymore. I don't think that I could ever jokingly say that ever again. Even though Jay and I used to say that stuff joking like daily, you know, effing
Yeah.
die, like
Yeah.
I don't think I could ever say that ever again. You guys are the definition of resilience. Thank you, Ureli. I feel like we have been put through the ringer. Someone else posted something pretty big. What does it say, B?
That was you really.
What does that say?
It's you
So-
really read it.
It says, these moments are what make you realize what really matters and what doesn't. I'm going to try harder to go see you guys to be a part of your lives more. I promise I'm sorry for being a little absent a little.
It's hey, you're dealing with your own stuff too. We all have stuff.
Mhm.
All right, we all have stuff. I will tell you that for me,
I see what you guys
like
did there.
nothing for me. I don't know. Nothing's gonna like get in between my family or my marriage, or it's like none of it matters.
Yeah.
It just doesn't. It doesn't matter, and I will tell you that God brought me to my knees. He literally brought me to my knees, shook me to my core, and showed me I can take it all away from you. I don't quite understand what he wants me to get out of this. I mean, I get some of it, but he's definitely showing me something. So I'm trying to, I don't know. I will tell you, I'm definitely trying to let my husband know that he comes before anything else. I don't think that I ever truly made Jason feel like he was important to me. I made it very clear that my son is like the most important thing in my life, and like nothing comes before Blaine. But I don't think I ever let Jason know how much I cherish him and what we have, and that he deserves to be put up there.
I'm about to cry from this.
And that's okay. There's nothing wrong.
It's life, bud.
I do think that that's part of this for me.
What?
What I just said.
Where's Kaylee? I don't see Kaylee.
She's there. She's listening.
Yeah.
Last night you said that you feel grateful because you can come home. You got to come home and you got to wrap your arms around your boy,
Mm-hmm.
and you got to be with your boy.
Mm-hmm.
And part of me was kind of butthurt because I was like,
Well,
"What about me?" But
That's one half you.
it is. Well, I've always been very. That's what I'm saying. Like I've always been very. Don't with my kid.
Mhm.
Like I will burn you. Don't ever try to come in between me and my kid. My kid comes first. And that's still very much the truth. But I learned real quick how
They said
like I'm not
yes,
gonna
cherish
function without
the time
Jason.
you spend
And then there were
your loved ones.
yes.
what happened, baby? What did
I
I
was
say?
going to read what Bruce said.
Cherish the times, yes. And then I also was thinking in my head, I'm like, okay, so I'm gonna lose John now.
Oh God.
In
no.
my head, I was like, all right, I'm gonna lose Jason, and John's gonna leave me, and it's gonna be me and B. And how do I do this?
No.
And
You
John
would
was
never
like,
lose me.
well, John was like, I'm not. I wouldn't. And one of my very best friends, Alicia.
Yeah.
I had a few friends who were, I'm on my way, I'm packing a bag, and I was like, no,
And
please
Kaylee.
don't. Yes, like
Mhm.
I have to I need to get through this. Like I don't know. I appreciate it, and it's not like I don't want you here, but I don't know what to do with you right now because I don't know what to do with myself. So like, don't put one more thing in front of me that I have to try to figure out.
Mhm.
And my friend Alicia was like, I don't really care what you think. I will roll up. And she did. She did the same thing when my mom first went into a coma. I literally like opened the door and she was sitting there. So it was nice to have her there and for Blaine to see her, and Jason appreciated it too. I think, but Monday night when it was just me and Jay, John and Blaine had left, and it was just me and Jay, and we sat there in the hospital. It was like just this surreal feeling. Like, it was really crazy. And the first night I stayed the night with Jay, Jason was in the hospital bed, and I asked Lindsay if she would bring me a cardiac chair, because in a cardiac chair they're bigger and they stretch out, and I was like, I'll just sleep in the chair. I don't want to try to sleep on that little couch, and I wanted to be right next to Jay, and so
And plus, you could move that thing.
yes, you can move out, and I was like, well, maybe. Like, I'm as close to him as I can. And he's like, got his hand in the chair, and like we're holding on to each other. And I was all, but I need him to sleep. And maybe if he can, no, none of the things in the hospital are comfortable, huh, Evan? I was like, well, maybe if Jason can try to grab onto me the way he does when we're at home in bed and he falls asleep, then maybe he'll get some sleep. So I'm not small. I might be short, but I'm not small. And Jason is not small. He's quite tall. He actually, his feet were like hanging over the hospital bed.
Yeah.
Somehow Jason and I figured out how to get the both of us in the bed. And I was like, okay, if the alarm goes off, I won't be in the bed and I'll get out of the bed. And so I'm like slowly, like a dog, like creeping onto the furniture and like burrowed myself in this little hole, and like it was stupid. And no alarms went off, so I was like, okay, we're in the bed. We can go to sleep together. And he's like holding on to me, and I'm like holding on to him and the chair, so I'm like trying not to fall out of the bed. And the night nurse comes in, Lindsay comes in, and I looked at her and I was like, are you gonna kick me out of this bed? And she was like, no, I don't give a shit. So I was like, okay, cool. And seriously, shout out to Carson Tahoe Hospital.
Yeah.
For so many reasons. And to all of our nurses who allowed Blaine to be
Addison,
there.
Lindsay,
Ashlyn.
Ashlyn.
And you didn't meet Rebecca.
I didn't meet Terry
Rebecca.
either.
And Terry was Monday night nurse.
Oh, Monday.
Rebecca's the one that wheeled me out of the hospital.
But Addison's the one who got you in the hospital.
Yeah, Addie.
And, Jason
He
was
was
in
the goat. W's in chat for Addie.
W's in chat for Addie. He, Jason was in the ICU. He wasn't like in a regular hospital bed he was in the ICU. And the rules are very strict about kids in the ICU. And Addison was like,
Jacob.
literally, Addison was like, F them rules. Patient needs his kid needs his dad. At one point, we had like 6 people in the room, and only 2 were supposed to be in there. And I was like, everybody be good. And they just literally left us alone. And I think that partially helped you, being able to have all your people, So we wanted to come on here and
Jacob's here.
hi, Jacob. I know a lot of you reached out to me, to Blaine, and show you that Papa J is here with us.
Alive and kicking.
Alive and kicking. Live from Nevada. Chris and I were at the hospital so much I learned how to shut all the alarms off. When my mom was in the hospital, Evan, I learned how to work all the machines, turn them all off, run the bolus one. Like, oh, I knew how to unplug things. And when Jay had to go to the bathroom, I would call for the nurse, and the CNA would be like, I'll get you a nurse. And I'm like, I'm only going to wait so long.
The first time I got up, Lindsay walked me in, and she goes, pull this cord when you're ready to come out. The cord that's in the bathroom. I didn't do it. I walked out of the bathroom, and she walked by, and she saw me standing at the foot of the bed. Remember that? Remember when she said that?
I remember when
Because I wasn't listening to what she was saying. I was being stubborn, which everybody knows. If they know me, I am stubborn.
yes, he's
I
gonna do what he
shit,
wants.
Do shit on my
Are you
own.
okay? He doesn't want people to help him with anything.
Mm-mm.
Why are you so? What is wrong with you? We don't have
But
bugs.
Lindsay was mad because I didn't call for her to come get me out of the bathroom.
Well,
Hold
the
up.
Terry,
Oh,
our Monday night nurse, and I wasn't trying to be disrespectful for the nurses, but for me it's weird because like this is my husband. I'm gonna help him to the bathroom. I'm gonna like do all the things, and so I was unplugging things and plugging them back in and getting things ready. And Terry was like, "Okay, so when you need a nurse, can you just let me know?" And I remember when we got her name, I just thought it was kind of crazy that his nurse was Terry.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I
That's-
didn't even think of that.
Right.
Yep.
It's my mom's name.
My first thought when you said that.
And I said, "What is your name short for?" She said Teresa, and I said, "So is my mom." Did he get to wear those cute non-slip socks? Yes, he did.
Who asked that?
Evan. Evan.
No, those socks suck.
Not according
Well,
to Ashlyn.
I was like, Jay, you don't want to walk around barefoot on a hospital floor. Like, that's the dirtiest. You don't want to do that.
That's the dirtiest thing you've
Groot
ever
said, "That's cool. The hospital did that for you guys." Nina, I can totally relate to the whole ICU. I know, Nina. How long were you in for, Nina? Ashlyn said, "They let my niece come see my mom in the ICU. Some nurses are so special for doing that."
You gotta have a special type of person to be that way, and I explained that to them. To have a group of people that are caring and have compassion for somebody that went through such a traumatic experience. You don't want someone coming in there acting a fool and acting like they don't like their job and treating you like crap. You know what? If you don't like it, then there's the door.
Yeah.
No,
Go
these
somewhere else.
these nurses
These
were.
nurses were
Yeah.
the
They were-
greatest nurses
they were-
I've ever seen in my
Me
life.
too.
Mhm.
And I have been with ICU nurses in UCSF, which are some of the like top of the line nurses in the country.
Lucille, lay
What
down.
did you think about the nurses?
They were probably better than there were now ones that I had at
Oh, you're
at
well.
the child's hospital.
You're the one nurse that you had was pretty special.
Lucille, lay down.
She wants you, but then she doesn't want you to touch her.
No
What do
shit.
you want?
Lay down.
There was one nurse my mom had in the end of life days. I can't remember his name. And he was really special to me, and he wasn't there the day that we that my mom passed, but he made sure to like on his break, he spent his break with us in there. These people, you know, you tell them, like, you tell these people how much that they mean to you because they're helping something as tiny as like letting the kid in, or saving a life. Like, they're making such an indelible mark on your life. Like, maybe they won't ever remember us, but we are always going to remember those 4 days and every person along the way. And that kind of brings me to one of my final things I wanted to talk about, and that is the EMTs who saved Jason's life the first time.
We
Just let mom explain.
It's okay, no, go ahead. Tell them what we did today.
we just went to go see, what was it, like
His
Frank
name
or
was
something?
Logan.
Logan.
Oh, Logan.
Hi, James. Yeah, we got to Jason. It was important to Jason to find the EMTs and to thank them. And so we finally found one of them today, and he got to talk to him tonight. And hopefully he'll get to talk to
Joe.
Joe.
I was the one.
I want to
Uh,
find the third one.
But
Now that we learned that there's a third one that helped
Yeah.
out too, you know?
Have a medic.
Nina says I was in the ICU for 2 weeks and in a regular room for 2 weeks. I
for
made
a
it.
month? A month?
Evan says, I made a nurse cry. She was new. I couldn't stay the night, and Chris calls me crying, and I went off to help her. You know, my mom, I think, would purposely call me or text me all upset so that I would flip out on the nurses. And I think it's just because my mom wasn't getting her way half the time. And so, like, I don't know. I felt like I knew more than them and I knew the rules more than them. And they weren't going to tell me shit. And yeah, I burned through a lot of nurses with my mom. I'm just thankful that I didn't have to go through any of that with Jason because my mind was in such a different place with that. You don't need the bathroom. And then there was one nurse that came in the middle of the night and Monday night and to do Jay's blood draw, and she was pretty bitchy, and she turned all the lights on at like 3 o'clock in the morning, and she was just pretty freaking awful. And one of the things Jay told me when he first came out of it too, when we finally started talking on Sunday, was he remembered a nurse who was cursing at him and yelling at him and who was like screaming at him about trying to take his boot off. And I think I know who it is. I think Addie got me her name and I'll deal with that. But yeah, I don't know where this chick got off trying to act all malignant. Like you could be distraught and you could be frantic and you could be like, this is a life or death situation, but you like don't get to cuss somebody out who's on their deathbed.
You don't get to
That's
abuse
my
them.
job. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
my job. Hi Chris. Hey folks, sorry I'm late. I had to be at our damn camera sign off. Property owners want our employers out to run the cams on our own. No problem. March 3rd through March 30th I was in the hospital. Has it always been two years, Nina? Or is it just a year? Or has it been 2 years? Negligence.
Can I get on?
Or you want to show your stuff real quick?
Yeah.
So we want to show a few pieces of merch. I'm not going to open anything. Wonder, are you still here?
Stay. I'll bring it to you.
I've got no honey. I've got it right here.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, don't hit Daddy. Kaylee, are you in here?
She's probably ninja watching.
Ninja watching.
Tell everybody what it is, babe.
1,000 piece Legos. It is massive.
And what type of Lego is this?
Lunar New
Yes, Evan, I'm about to show it. Lunar New Year. How many minifigures is that?
Oh, Katie likes it.
17. Comes with 17. Hey,
17?
Jacob.
Yeah, I'm gonna put it a little bit
I
closer.
really want it a little bit though.
Well, you really gotta clean up some of yours. Wonder says I'm just so over the moon that Jason is home.
Us too. Wanda.
Yeah, us too,
I have
y'all.
to go to the bathroom, Mom.
Okay, go. Just, can you go down by John?
Here.
Can you crawl down so you don't
Yeah.
mess Daddy up?
Yeah.
So, I'm sure in the next day or two, Blaine will start working on this Lego. It's 1,653 pieces. It's officially the biggest Lego he has.
The second biggest was my airplane,
Yeah,
which almost
1,000.
1,000. Yeah. No, it was 1,000.
It was 1,000.
Yeah. Pretty sure.
Wonder says, Jason, please don't scare us like that again.
Sorry, my meds are kicking in, guys.
It's okay.
Yeah.
I'm going to show you guys a few things. I'm not going to open them. I'm just going to show you them because I want Papa J to get some sleep. So, in the midst of all this craziness that was going on, Evan did me a solid and got me 5 boxes of the new Cinderella blind box pins. What's wrong?
Right there, you got like a little bubble. Can I touch it?
Well,
Is that a bruise?
I had to clean the blood out from in between his toes.
Yeah.
So, they're $29.99 a box
Jesus.
for 2 pins. They are the Cinderella 75th mystery pins, and I can't wait to open these. I'm not going to do that for you guys yet. And then Kaylee, I think I have your pins in here. Nope.
I thought they were.
Evan, did you? Why they're not in here? Are they laying out somewhere?
What are they?
They're like
they in a
Indiana
box?
Jones pins. They're like on a pin thing.
I'll check. See, maybe we took them out, but I don't know.
Well, and they were in that black thing that
Yeah.
Evan gave us. You sent hers. Wait, did you send? I have them, or Kaylee has them. I should have them, right? Oh no, he sent them to Kaylee. Okay, I was like, all right. So thank you, Evan, and I can't wait to open this and share this with you guys. It's just not that time yet. And then the other thing that I got that I want to share, just briefly, I'm not going to do all of it, is I did get a huge Bath and Body order with all the princesses. And I got everything that they had available. Had I ordered in the morning, I would have gotten all the other things I wanted, but I was sick. So...
And it all smells like clean.
Yeah, it all smells really clean. And I got all the candles. I got the wall inserts. Let's see. I got all this stuff. So I'm going to keep watching to see if they restock the stuff that I didn't get. But I'll go through all this with you guys too. I also got another Funko Loungefly order. Because why not? They had like a massive sale. Whenever they do a massive sale, like where bags are $40, you know, I have to get them. Hold on. Holy cow! Toby sent me a message. The Dubs won tonight. Curry had 56 points. He had 12 threes.
You have a triple double.
Insane. I don't know. Oh, here we go. Oh, Wonder, when you texted me that I was at the hospital, sorry. No, he does not have that.
Oh.
No.
Oh.
No. It's pretty cool. Like, yeah. You see some of the videos I texted you. Yeah, they came in last night when I was trying to sleep. So when I just texted you a few minutes ago, Kaylee, I saw them come in. I saved them. I'm going to go watch them. And then the next time we go live, we'll open some merch. I have to head out and need to go to sleep. Same day with my mom tomorrow. Glad we're all together. Hope everything's going okay with you, Ashlyn. Thanks for coming and being here. Blaine's still in the bathroom, but I'll tell him you said goodbye. I am still going, yeah, I got 2, okay? I am still going on Saturday to get my Disney tattoo because Jason said I have to. He didn't want me to not do that. So.
And I think it's important you do something for you.
Oh, Wonder, that's so sweet. Thank you. Charles said we love you, Papa J. I know, honey. These meds are kicking in. Y'all, seriously, please take your health serious. if you don't have insurance or you don't think that you can afford something, there are so many programs, especially those of you that are in California. There are so many programs out there. Please, please take your health serious. Please get checkups. If something doesn't feel right, it's probably nothing, but just be safe, okay? I love you guys. Thanks for listening to us. I thought if I shared some of that information on a live with Blaine, with everyone here, it might go a little bit easier. He is struggling because of what he saw his dad do when Jason passed in the house. He says the same exact thing that I do. Like, we can't get that image out of our brains. It's literally the worst thing I've ever seen in my life. I would be lost without our insurance, especially now as eye surgery. Yeah, it's unfortunately the way that works in our country is not the greatest, and I'm not a fan of like socialized medicine, but there should be options for people, and there should be plans that you can buy that are like, hey, catastrophic or
Income based.
You know, like there should be all kinds of options for people. So I love you, Mrs. Groot. Today I went on a school field trip to the U. Cool, that's awesome, Jacob. We wish Papa Jason a speedy recovery. Me too. And don't think that you won't see me wrangling this guy into Disneyland sometime soon. It fixes everything.
Just no Incredicoaster or...
Yeah, no, it would be anything. He won't go on that anyway. So I love you guys. Thank you for hanging out with us. Blaine, I'm logging off. What are you doing? From the toilet. Good night, everyone.
This has been another episode of
Blaine from the
The
toilet.
toilet.
All right. Love you guys. Night.